But let's start off on this one, which I think broke this morning. Arsenal and now Liverpool, allegedly, according to Correio de Manha in Portugal, are both interested in Victor Gyokeres. This comes after Newcastle shut down any rumours of Isak leaving. Both Arsenal and Liverpool are huge admirers of Isak, as we know. But apparently, allegedly, according to the Portuguese press, Liverpool have joined United and Arsenal in the race to sign Sporting's 27-year-old striker Victor Gyokeres, as we know. I mean, for Liverpool, from our point of view, we've already seen how it ends when you buy a Portuguese league striker who scores 30-odd goals in the league. We're about to sell one, so why would we bring another one in? I can't see that ever happening. But the name is still there. He's still having a bit of back and forth with the sporting director. It's ended quite sourly. It's a bit of a mess, you know. So, because you haven't been on the show for a while, let's go to you. Where does he end up? Because it certainly isn't Liverpool. I'll tell you that for free.
I just think it's a total mess. And actually, because there's so much being said about anything in relation to his priority and his preference, I'm just discarding it. Because I also saw reports that, you know, now Benjamin Sesko follows Arsenal on his Instagram. Yeah. That means that
he also follows Man City, by the way.
Yeah, there you go. And Romano started saying, oh, he didn't say that he rejected Man United. He just said that his preference is to go to Arsenal. So you never... Bro, and he said, the one thing he has said, Victor Gyokeres, is there is a lot of lies. I will speak when the time is right, or something like that. I just think we're going to see these mental gymnastics, these different rumours of he now wants to go to Chelsea. He now wants to go to Man United. Shesko's off the table. He now wants to go to Arsenal. Oh, now Amarim's been in contact. He wants to go to Man United. Until I see Ornstein Bomba or Romano say Man United, and just talking from my perspective, Man United and Sporting in negotiation for fee, or, you know, Man United have submitted bid for. Until we start seeing that, no, there's been no bids from anyone because the situation is messy. Nobody even knows at this current stage what his sell price is going to be because of what the sporting directors put out there. That it's definitely not going to be more than 100 million, but it definitely ain't going to be 50 plus 10. What is it then? 85 plus 6, 75 plus 15. What is it going to be? So it's a total mess. And I think this Victor Gyokeres saga is just going to go on and on and on, unless we need a domino to fall, i.e. Arsenal go, Benjamin Sesko is our guy. You put the bid in, because there's been no bids at all. You put a bid in for Sesko, and then all of a sudden that's you. Then that limits a big option for Gyokeres, and it opens it up. But I just think it's going to be a complete mess and just rumble on through the summer.
When you talk about domino effects, I agree. And if Arsenal were to put a bid down for Sesko, obviously that impacts Gyokeres. But does it also impact Isak as well? Does that allow someone to, i.e. Liverpool, go in with a mammoth bid, which actually no top Liverpool journalists have actually shut this down yet. It's still...
Well, I don't think Isak's
I think Lewis Steele said there's a 30% chance. I'd say about 10%.
Isak's not going nowhere, man. You won't get Isak.
I agree.
They're in the Champions League. They don't need to sell Isak. He's on a long contract unless he went on strike, which he doesn't look like the type of...
Unless he says, I want to leave.
Yeah. And he don't look like the type of guy that will do that. I mean, I think if they hadn't made the Champions League, he would have been vulnerable. Right,
but he might not sign a new deal, though. What I was thinking is interesting is there's reports that Newcastle are trying to make him their highest paid player in history for 150 grand a week, which...
But is that
for you? Yes, you gave Chiesa last year.
Yeah.
It's pittance to you.
Konate's on 70.
You know what I'm saying? So that's pittance to you. I'm saying, if you're Liverpool, mate, PSR's PSR, I don't care.
Spend it.
If you got it, put 130 down, tell Isak we'll give you 200 grand a week.
Yeah.
Try.
I think that could come.
Why not?
And then it obviously makes Newcastle have to react to go, right, we're a bit scared here. Do you want to sign a new deal?
That's what I'm saying. And he might not, because he's got 3 years left. He might say, I don't need
the thing is,
120 grand a week now. 30 grand a week pay rise.
The thing is, he's got 3 years left. So there's no rush for Liverpool. Even if that was the case, Liverpool, Newcastle can still say, we're just keeping you.
Yeah.
We've got Champions League coming up, this, that. We'll give you that higher wage, but
he ain't going to agitate as well. He's a good
he's not going to be that type of player. I think with the Gyokeres Sesko one, I get the feeling that over the next couple of weeks we'll find out where it's going to go. Because I think Arsenal are going to try and bring in a striker before they go on that pre-season, right? They're going to want to get that striker in, right? So I still feel it probably will be Sesko.
Have you always felt that?
I've always sort of felt that since the start of this window, that Sesko's who they really want, right? I kind of wouldn't mind Gyokeres because I just feel like everyone keeps saying, "Oh, Sesko's a perfect fit," and I just keep thinking, well, maybe that's what we don't need. Maybe we want someone who's not the fit. There could be a bit of a disruptor and come in and just, I don't know, maybe switch us up a bit. But I think we're going to find out over the next couple of weeks where they're going to end up. I don't think you can, if Gyokeres doesn't go to Arsenal, I think he could go United. I really do.
I think
you can't close that off. No. Yeah, we're still early in the window. That's what a lot of people keep forgetting. It's still very early in the window. But in the case of Arsenal, I think that signing will be made, that striker, before
your pre-season stuff.
And do you think things will start heating up once the 1st of July comes round? Because we're currently on the 26th. The new PSR, financial year is July the 1st. So
that's when Cunha's his contract don't even start till 1st of July. Everyone 1st of July.
Do you think everything starts heating up in the striker race at least?
I think so.
July?
I think so. I say you say heating up. I don't know. I just think this striker thing so maybe volatile is the wrong word. Unpredictable. I just see it rambling on, man. I know what you're saying. You want your striker in early, and you got the power to do that. Maybe if it's Sesko, that would be a quick thing. I just think the Gyokeres one, I just think it's really messy, and I think it's going to take a lot of negotiating. And that's that pushback where people were like, if Gyokeres is really this good, why ain't everyone in? Where's all the bids? And there started to be a sort of pushback against his ability. Is he even that good? Because someone with these numbers should be so sought after. But as soon as that president put that statement out, it became clear why clubs haven't put bids in. Because you don't know what you're working with. You don't know what you're working with. It's a volatile situation.
And I think they're going to have to sort it out because in the case of Gyokeres, right, he's made it clear. He goes, he's not playing for them again. He ain't going back to training.
No.
So basically, you've got players going on strike.
Yeah, exactly.
So if Sporting don't sort this out soon, they could be the big losers in this.
Yeah.
Right? Because, you let him run and run and run to in the end, you have to let him go anyway for peanuts. Or, not peanuts, but a lot less than. So, yeah, it's a messy.
He'll get sold, but it's just gonna. Nobody wants to blink first, innit? The Sporting president wants to show the Sporting fans that, listen, I'm gonna get every penny we can for this player. That's his job. Gyokeres is like, gentleman's agreement. You said I could leave for this price. You're mugging me off. I stayed an extra year. It's and also his agent. I mean, you're looking at. You talk about a Man United, like, do you want to sign a player like this? They tried to do that with Cunha a bit, this, that, and the other. Also, what's happened here is that his agent's a bad egg. Like, it's not great how this has been handled. You have to think about that if you're going to buy him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got Rasmus Hojlund up front, so it don't matter.
Literally.
But it is something you do have to contemplate. Like, if it goes a bit wrong, this is kind of what could happen. Gentleman's agreement, you said this. Do you want that baggage?
Whose side on this do you think the fans are on? Because Gyokeres is saying, you shook my hand, man. You said you could let me go for 68 mil. But obviously, I think the release clause is like 85, 86. But the sporting director is saying, yeah, we shook hands. I've had a few Sagres, a couple of super box at the time, right? And it wasn't on paper. And all of these clubs are in for you. And as a sporting director, my job is to maximise the fee that we get for you. So I'm sorry, if someone can't reach it, we're not in a position to sell you. We don't have to sell you. But whose side are the fans on with this? The Sporting Lisbon fans. Who are they siding with?
I think they'll be on a case by case, really. Because some Sporting fans will be like, absolutely, no player's bigger than the club. It wasn't a contractual thing. Our sporting director's got to fight for every penny. This is, we are Sporting sort of thing. But a lot of them will see the service and see what Victor Gyokeres has actually done for them. And will know the semantics about
he's given them everything, hasn't he?
Like, he didn't leave last year. Like, Amorim begged him to stay. Amorim can't done him there. He begged him to stay and then went halfway through the season himself to United. But he could have left last year. He said, no, cool. They gave him a bonus for reaching certain performances and money. Goals. And he got that. And he's not getting the other bit of his bargain. So I think they'll be quite split. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and with the Liverpool link, I mean, I'm reading the article now from the Correo, and it was Felipe Antonio Ferreira saying the English champions are set to sell Darwin and want to strengthen their attack. Arsenal and United and the other players are, obviously the translation isn't 100%, but it says they're interested in the Swede. I can't see that. And I think Liverpool will rule themselves out of that as soon as possible. Is it even a real link? Yeah. Is it even a real link? We don't know. But let us know in the chat, where does Victor Gyokeres actually end up? because at the minute it could be Arsenal, it could be Manchester United.
Galatasaray after all of this.
Yeah, it could be the
Random,
the next
you know what I mean, like the
Osimhen
thing,
yeah, exactly.